Alrighty, kicking us off first is a very anticipated feature. Magnus is going to be showing us ACME certificates for enrollment into macOS.
Thank you. I will demo the feature here real quickly. Hi, everyone. Today I will be demoing this story, which is the ACME for the MDM protocol and delivering certificates on that part. So the user story is the following. As a security engineer, I want Fleet to use ACME certificates for MDM protocol communication so that I know Fleet is using the most secure method when communicating with hosts. And the idea of the story is, of course, enhanced security, but the more specific part is that with ACME and Apple here, you can do what's called device attestation, meaning a hardware-bound key on the device, which is totally secure, can be used to validate the certificate and the host getting the certificate, knowing that the certificate we're issuing and the certificate we're seeing from this host has been verified that this is actually the host we want it to be. So with that in mind, there is a simple change in the UI, which is this new checkbox under Settings, Organization Settings, Advanced Options, which is Require Hardware Attestation. And this is required for the ACME flow because currently we're only supported with hardware attestation. So you need this. You need a MacBook that has the Apple Silicon because that's required. And it also needs to be running macOS 14 or later. So if we fulfill these criteria, which we do on this device here, we can start the enrollment process. It functions the same and there's no flashy change here. It's basically the enrollment profile and the flow it goes through is different for the certificate stuff. And on this part, I can also highlight that the speed up, the ticket mentioned, is also helping here because with that, we run it more frequently. So the checks for releasing the device or starting to send profiles, in this case, I don't have any, just happens ever so slightly faster. So while we wait for this, we might be able to see some ACME URLs coming in. This is a local tool I built. It's just a random one, don't mind it. But as you can see here, this is from the device, and you can see it's communicating on these ACME endpoints that we built out. And this is the general flow that it goes through. So it gets like directory, it creates an account in order, and it's based on the system. And it then challenges, and then it downloads the certificate to use. So we can see here the device did go through ACME and did not go through the skip flow. And then I'll just speed it up a bit until it's ready. All right, so now we can see that it completed the enrollment and I can create an account here. Let's just do a dummy account. Okay, and now the device is unlocked and we are in. So if we go in and check the MDM certificate that we're actually using to communicate with Fleet in this case, we can indeed see here that it says it's an ACME certificate. It's a hardware bound key and it communicates with my Fleet instance. And then the last part here is on the host itself. If we go in, what we then should see now is, of course, it's MDM enrolled, but what we also see now, which will only show if it's true, is this MDM attestation, which says yes. And it basically said they provided a hardware attestation at the point of enrollment. An extra side note is that if you have a device that's currently using SCEP and it comes up on the certificate renewal period, if it fulfills the criteria mentioned earlier, it will actually enroll with the new ACME certificate instead of just keeping using SCEP. So it was a huge team effort from the MDM team, so it's a great one. Thanks.